Wanted to contact the Care Center. What's the phone number?
256-723-CARE. That's 256-723-2273.
If you're just joining us, you're listening to Closer Look on KLOVE 103.5. Our guest this evening is Angela Hawke. She's Executive Director with the Care Center in New Hope. Angela, the Partner in Hope is one of the campaigns the Care Center has on an annual basis. I know you have various campaigns throughout the year. What does it mean to become a Partner in Hope?
I'm so glad you asked. Partner in Hope is our holistic approach to meeting the needs of our neighbors, and it encourages our neighbors to do what they can for themselves, to partner with them as a friend. And this is very relational for us. We believe in building relationships with our neighbors. And so sometimes our neighbors just need an extra hand to complete minor home projects. And, you know, sometimes that little effort makes a significant impact on them. And maybe even, let's say, we are able to pair them with a volunteer who has a skill that will help to create a more efficient home. And so in the long run, during the wintertime, their utilities should be more efficient as well. We believe that everything we do with our neighbors must be dignifying. So that's why Partner in Hope is so important, that we partner with them and not just do the entire project for them.
Angela, tell me why the thrift store is so important to your mission.
Well, the thrift store is not only the epicenter of where most of our community comes together for fellowship, to ask for prayer, to shop, of course, but also it is one of our primary funding sources for all of our ministries. But there's a really neat thing that not everybody knows. We have this program called Earn While You Learn, and this is for some of our neighbors who may not be in crisis but are just simply under-resourced. And when they make arrangements to volunteer at the thrift store, we give them the opportunity to give back their time, and in return, we give them a voucher to shop in the store. And so I think that's really cool, and there's a lot of people who have taken advantage of that, and it really is a blessing.
Now, if somebody would like to donate an item or items to the thrift store, do you take other things besides clothing?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I should mention that we have a recycling program, and so we even want that other bag that you usually have for a throwaway, the one that has the stains and the rips and the missing buttons or the mismatched socks or whatever that may be. We want your throwaway bag, too, because we will recycle that, and we are paid to do so. But aside from clothing, we take appliances, we take housewares, we have sporting goods, we have medical supplies, and we also take holiday decorations.
Now, since you're a nonprofit, of course, someone will receive a receipt for their donation, and potentially they could get a deduction on their taxes.
Of course, absolutely.
What is the small business initiative called Every Business Counts, and how does that fit your mission?
Well, Every Business Counts was born out of just recognizing that our small business owners are who really drive our economy and keep it strong. And so the Care Center is founded on the belief of community development, and we know that we have to support our small business owners and just to be intentional of how we shop and eat and play. And so this campaign is managed by volunteers, and the proceeds that come out of the membership fees just go right to our Fuel Their Hunger to Learn campaign, which is educational. And so our goal with Every Business Counts is to find more jobs for our future workforce, to provide internships and job shadowing, and maybe even some scholarships.
If you're just joining us, you're listening to Closer Look on KLOVE 103.5. Our guest this evening is Angela Hawke. She's Executive Director with the Care Center in New Hope. Angela, is a story about a man who needed a loan after getting a job.
Yeah, it's really interesting because we tried to walk with our neighbors through crisis and take them into more self-sufficiency. And so I knew he was job hunting, and I happened to come across a job, and it was a perfect fit. He came to me with his resume, and we worked on that, got it to where he was ready to submit it, and wouldn't you know it, he got the job. But he came back to me with a problem, and the problem was he didn't have tags for his car, gas to put in it until his first paycheck, or his insurance. And so he said, I can't take the job. And I just was so frustrated with that scenario that I just felt like he needs to have a small loan that we can just give him so he can get by until he gets that first paycheck. So we birthed a new program called microloans, and we are now giving 0% loans to our neighbors who are working and are able to repay those loans. But it came from this scenario, and so he was our first person that we were able to just buy into, and we knew that we could trust. And this is, again, another relationship story. But I felt so strongly about this that I went ahead and kicked in some of my own money, and I knew that if he paid back, that we would then be able to launch this new program, this new ministry. And wouldn't you know it, I went to my president and I told him what I did, because we didn't budget for this. And he said, I believe in this, and if he doesn't pay back, I will cover it. And so I just felt so good about that. And wouldn't you know it, he paid back his entire loan. And when he did, he told me that he knew it was better to give than to receive, and that by paying back his loan, we would be able to help other people. And so he was passionate about what we did for him as well. And it was just a win-win situation.
You're making such a difference, but you're working alongside men and women and children here in Madison County, New Hope, and the surrounding area, to be able to not just giving them a hand out, but a hand up, and providing them with resources and ways to improve their lives, but come back and go, wow, this has made a difference, and now they're productive citizens and enjoying life and are able to give back and give to others as well. So it makes a huge difference. The Care Center is involved in a number of ways. When you think about the Care Center, Angela, what are you most proud of?
I'm so glad you asked. I am so proud of the dedication of our volunteers and our staff and the passion that they have that really drives our ministry, and the way that they impact the lives of so many of our neighbors. I mean, we truly could not thrive without our volunteers. Like I said before, volunteers are the heartbeat of the Care Center. But I'm also really proud of the fact that we have been nominated for the fourth time in a row by the Better Business Bureau's Torch Award for Marketplace Ethics, the nonprofit category.
Mm-hmm.
And for the past 3 years, we have been finalists. And so we're just waiting to find out what this year will bring.
This certainly speaks very well of how the Care Center is managing the resources that you've been given. Now tell us what some of the future plans are for the Care Center.
Well, I'm really excited to share that we have a new educational initiative, and it pairs with our thrift store. It's sort of an annex, but it's just a whole different spin on what we've been doing. We're calling it Pickers on Main. So it's a new storefront that'll be downtown New Hope, and it's opening in 2015, where dealers can rent a booth and sell upscale vintage items, antiques, different artisan merchandise, and the proceeds from the booth will help to support our mission, of course, and create economic growth within the community, create tourism perhaps, but also offering our students who are interested in small business fundamentals. We will be working with them to sell their artwork or just different things that they have interest in, and teaching them about those business essentials.
Angela, what's something that you think supporters don't know about the Care Center?
Well, the Care Center partners with as many agencies as possible just to bring those resources right here to Main Drive. And some of those local agencies include Launch, GED, provided by Calhoun Community College, Dayspring Christian Counseling, Project Abundant Life, Huntsville Hospital. Those are just a few. One of the things our supporters may not know is that we are also looking for the opportunity to bring certificates for skilled trades to students who go to school here at New Hope, and just to provide a way that they can sustain themselves once they leave school. And then lastly, I think our supporters should know is that we would like to have them be prayerful with us about providing a daycare or a preschool right here locally. It is such a need for many of the families here, and there are a couple preschools, but it's not enough. There are so many families that need to go to work and need affordable daycare.
Now, if somebody would like to make a donation or become a volunteer, once again, what do they need to do?
They can go to our secure online link on our website, thecarecenter.us. We have a PayPal link under the donate button. And they can even send in a check by mail, which is P.O. Box 51, New Hope, Alabama, 35760.
Angela Hawke, the Executive Director for the Care Center in New Hope, has been our guest this evening on KLOVE's Closer Look on 103.5. Angela, we want to say thank you to you, the staff, the volunteers, the donors, and the families who are supporting the difference that the Care Center is making here across the county and both here in town. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
If you'd like to find out more about the Care Center in New Hope, email us at closerlook@klove.com. That's closerlook@klove.com. For Closer Look, I'm Frank Hammond.
This has been KLOVE Closer Look. Find us online at klove.com.